Disciplinary matters, Shalimar Incorporated doing business as Dosa Factory, Amber Problem Manager, holder of a common vittler license at 571 Mass Ave. Due to License Commission investigation in conjunction with Inspectional Services Division that showed you had completed unpermitted work.
Good evening. I'm going to ask everyone to please state their name, spelling their first and last name, please.
Andre Boyer, B-O-Y-E-R, Chief Investigator for the City of Cambridge License Commission.
Anish Ramdev, A-N-I-S-H-R-A-M-D-E-V.
Jaswinder Pabla, J-S-W-I-N-D-E-R, Pabla, P-A-B-L-A.
Investigator Boyer, I'd like to hear from you first, please.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. On November 20th, 2014, the Health Inspector for Inspectional Services, Kristen Fernandez, brought to our attention that the Bonation located at 571 Massachusetts Avenue had added an additional kitchen to the Dosa Factory common victular space. Due to Bonation having a previous build-out at the Libby's location without applying for proper permits, Kristen Fernandez and I went to the location and requested to see the building permit for the build-out. The representative at Bonation stated that it was not that the building permit was not on premise, but the manager would bring it to the License Commission office. The representative brought in a building permit dated October 16th, 2014, this is a copy, sir, which states the work is being removal of small sheetrock wall and removal of drop ceiling. For the file. Along with that building permit, there's also the notes which I'm about to explain. November 21st, 2014, Kristen Fernandez, accompanied by the plumbing inspector, electrical inspector, had noted that the work was performed without permits. Kristen Fernandez wrote up an inspection report, which is enclosed with that packet I gave you. They closed the area of the Bonation until permits were pulled and work completed by a licensed electrician and licensed plumbers. On November 25th, also included in your packet, a proper building permit was pulled for the work. At approximately December 18th, Bonation was permitted to be open. Due to the retrofitting of the rear portion of the Dosa Factory, without applying for permits for plumbing, gas, or electrical until it was brought to their attention by the Health Inspector, Kristen Fernandez, we have scheduled a hearing due to no regard in our mind for public safety. Here are pictures for you, sir. Pictures for the board, so share, please. On page 1, you will note, sorry for the share them, but this is the back entrance of Bonation and also the Dosa Factory. Number 2 shows a little bit of a close-up of a window that was retrofitted into the wall.
So that window wasn't here before?
Not to my knowledge, not in the You can see that. The interior is Dosa Factory on the left, Bonation is on the right-hand side. There's a picture of the entire build-up that had been performed, which is number 5. And number 6 was given to me by the electrical department based on just kind of having some points added to. That's the end of my report now.
So if you're standing at the back of the restaurant, Foundation would be to the right, is that correct? If you're standing at the back facing toward Bishop Allen Drive?
Yeah, so it would be on your right-hand side. So if you head to the front entrance off of Mass Ave, walk to the back where the shopping area is.
Okay.
On the left is Dosa, on the right is Foundation. As of now, the permits have been issued. There have been inspections that were made, and they are allowed to reopen now.
Okay. Thank you. I'll give you an opportunity to respond or explain.
Yeah. First, I would like to say that the windows have been existing. We didn't do anything with it first. And as far as the electrical thing, we did have the plumbing there because those were original seating that we had for Dosa Factory where we built out the Bonation. We did put in a couple of electrical panels without the permits.
so I guess the question that I have then is, why did you wait to get the permits when you already knew that the work that you had previously put in required the permits?
Well, I think we did talk to the electrician as far as one of the things that was concerned was the electrical panel, or the electrical outlet. We didn't realize that we had to put a permit for that. There were existing two of them, and we did add one later.
One new receptacle at a different location?
At a different location, yes.
Who was the electrician?
It was,
Was he a licensed
he is
electrician?
licensed. Yes, sir. Coleman. John Coleman. Coleman.
So he didn't pull any permits to do it?
He did pull it out, yes, sir, but not at present.
And you said the plumbing,
The plumbing did exist.
so you're saying that the rough end was still there and capped off at some point?
It must have been in the past, sir, yes.
So the hot and the cold and the drain waste were already existing and you just turned around and finished them off?
There wasn't anything. There was just hot and cold water there. I didn't realize if there was drain or not.
So where does the water go? Was there a sink there?
No, it was capped off.
But where, you turned it on though, right? You
We
put a
did.
fixture in.
We
So
did.
where does that drain to? Has to be drain associated? What is the hot and cold water used for?
Well, I don't know what it was used for earlier, sir, but we did do the thing, and we were looking to put the drain, we were looking to put this, the sink. We found that there was one existing there, and then we connected it to the one in the basement, the drain.
So you added the drain?
Yes, sir.
And put it to the basement?
Yes, sir.
So you're saying that the hot and cold copper pipes existed and you added the drain?
No, they weren't copper. We switched it to copper.
Okay. So what was there before? PVC? Which is not allowed in a commercial building. And the drain you put in was PVC or is it
No.
cast iron?
It's
Copper or?
copper.
So I guess again, the concern is that when foundation was originally being set up in the back of Libby's, you were informed then that there was a problem with permits not being pulled correctly. And so instead of pulling the permits, you subsequently took the work out and just put it in another location, again without pulling permits. Do you understand the concern that we have?
Yes, sir.
So did you just think that permits weren't needed? Yes, no? I need an affirmative answer,
Well,
so it's on the record.
Right, well, we went into the state, so yes.
So, I mean, as a business owner, you have to understand that if there were to be an issue in that building at some point down the thing, and it's related to some sort of electrical work and so forth, and you don't have a permit for it, that first and foremost, it could cause, you say you use the licensed electrician, but if you don't have a permit that says it was installed and properly inspected, then you run the risk of your insurance company failing to pay you for any kind of damages and therefore anything else because you're in violation, and that's just something unfortunately insurance companies do. So as long as things are going fine, it's fine, but if things go badly.
Investigator Boyd, when were they reopened?
So was it approximately December 18th?
Yes.
I'd have to get an exact date for you, but it is an approximate.
Was there an electrical permit that was pulled? Because I don't see one in the package, I just wasn't sure if one was actually pulled.
These were the permits that were given to me by inspectional services.
Okay.
Plumbing and heating, but
just so I'm clear, before you got the permits,
Yes.
the person who performed that work was the same person who
Yes.
performed the work
Yes.
after you got
Yes.
the permits?
So the work that was done previously, looking at the picture, I don't know, Andre, did you have a copy of it?
Yes, I did.
So I'm looking at number 6, where the cords are hanging from the ceiling. So the same person who performed that work performed the work after the fact?
Well, ma'am, that actually is outside the foundation. It's a part of it's part of the facade, the wall of Dosa factory, and we were using that as one of the lights, but this is not a part of the foundation. But then we did take care of this as well after the picture was taken care of, after the picture was taken. This is in the hallway where we have the seating.
To be clear, it's all connected, both of the establishments, and these pictures were given to me from Inspectional Services, so obviously there was an issue with they were not able to send me a picture of it.
Well, you're certainly not allowed to have wiring coming down going through suspended ceiling, so that's just not allowed.
And in fact, we even mentioned in number 3, it says hanging wiring needs supporting and needs to be made safe. Are there any members of the public that wish to be heard in this matter? Seeing none. Because we discussed this matter with you previously, when it was in Libby's, and we're still having a conversation about making sure that you pull the correct permits, at this juncture, I'm gonna make a motion that we issue a warning. Hopefully that will send a message to you that you have to pull the required permits, you have to. Is there a second on the motion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'll say, thank you, that's for the board.
Can I bring up another issue at this point, or do we wait for another hearing about, we have an issue of the dumpsters in the back? Is it a good time now, or?
I can make it.